there and you get indoctrinated, and you don't want it every week, but you sit there and during that time period, you sit there and you just have that hankering. You're just like, I don't even like it, but I'm gonna go and do it because I feel like I have to do it or something. And it's just like my palate sits there and cries and says, give me what I'm asking for. And then I do. And at the end of the day, every single time, this happens every single year. Every single fucking year.
Uh-huh.
Between this time period, I will go and I will hit some place. I don't care if it's fucking Arby's, BK. It doesn't matter. I can go to a high-end place. It does not matter. I will sit there and I will order it. I will eat it. And then I will immediately suffer from buyer's remorse and regret. And I'll be honest, I sit there and when I do this, I sit there and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? And then I realize, no, it's just that time of year and I've been told. Yeah. Grunt Futter, that's a fair observation. That if you didn't have that, otherwise all the Long John Silver's franchises would go out of business. Oh, so that's what keeps ours. That's what keeps ours in business.
Probably.
Local one. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things that I think that you get into the habit of it.
I hope you're here to help.
You get into that habit of.
Who's
like,
asked you?
It's this time of.
Super mutants.
I don't know. Did I ever tell the story? Okay, I don't know if I told the story of my grandfather.
We did a lot of damage before we managed to drive him off.
I probably did, but I'll tell it again, just in summation.
With reinforcements this time. We barely
So,
got him off the first time.
when
Pause for a second.
We'd appreciate
I'm gonna have to take a break for a
anything
second.
to help us defend ourselves.
Okay, they wanted to build
Don't eye the Brahmin
fences.
if you got any sense.
Don't eye the Brahmin if you have any sense.
The only way you get old in this job
You're tuned
is
to
assume
Radio
everyone's out
Freedom,
to kill you.
voice of the Minutemen. All quiet.
Okay, you're doing your
Stay safe out
fence
there.
building, right?
Yep, I need to talk to this guy.
Hey,
Got the best up.
stick to the roads, and you got a better
Got
chance
armor
of
at good
surviving.
rates if you're in the market.
Let's see what you got.
Don't cheap out on armor. That's a good way to get yourself killed.
Okay. You are of no use to me.
What are you looking for?
Anything I can use to build defenses. But I'm gonna go ahead and save real quick.
Good idea. Okay, so back when I was a kid, if I got sick from school or at school,
11 p.m. out.
or had to stay home from school, my grandfather would watch me.
Mm-hmm.
All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
And during the Lenten season, from Mardi Gras, post Mardi Gras to
Radio
Easter,
Freedom.
one year,
Nothing to
about
report.
7 or 8,
Stay safe out there,
first, second
everyone.
grade, second or third grade, and I got sick, and so I stayed home with my grandpa. Well, and I stayed home with my grandpa, and so Grandpa and I hung out, and Grandpa was awesome. I loved Grandpa, as most people do, because you know, Grandpa doesn't treat you like his kids, and he doesn't act like an authority figure usually, but occasionally. It was awesome. And it came lunchtime, and Grandpa was like, "Let's go get lunch," and I was like, "Well, I'm feeling better, so yeah, let's go get lunch."
Mm-hmm.
And you know, in the town I grew up in, there was, you know, he wanted chicken. It's like his favorite thing was Kentucky Fried Chicken. His favorite meal. Yeah, Grandpa loved, like, seriously, every time it was his birthday, Grandpa got motherfucking Kentucky
KFC.
Fried Chicken. He was gonna get Kentucky Fried Chicken. He's gonna get with mashed potatoes. He's gonna get with some fucking motherfucking, you know, coleslaw.
Okay.
We were gonna get that, you know. Happened every year for his birthday. Until he was put in a nursing home and couldn't eat it anymore. But yeah. So he's out there and, you know, he's like, let's go get some lunch. So we got lunch. We sat there and we're like, okay, we're gonna go get lunch. We go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. We order our food and we go through the drive-thru. We finish our transaction. We're driving away and I'm like, this was before ours was tagged with a with a fish place. It was only Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Okay.
Years later, they sat there and they did like a Long John Silver's or Gesundheit.
Okay.
But yeah, so they did they ended up doing like a Long John Silver's / Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't even know if it's still there today. But anyway, this was back when it was only KFC. Only thing you could get there was chicken. They had nothing else. And it was a slow day for them. They served us. You okay?
I just shot Curry a bit. She's so determined to shank somebody.
Yeah, I say let her. So Grandpa and I go there, we get our chicken, we leave, and I look at him, I'm like,
Nothing to report.
Grandpa?
Stay tuned for updates.
He's like, what? What, Nancy? And I'm like,
Excuse me.
today's Friday.
We won.
And he's like,
Couldn't have done
I don't know what the hell the problem is.
came through for us.
Okay.
We won't forget
This
it.
is my grandfather. This is the same one who sat there and said these. He said a lot of things. Okay? Watching the super mutant slam you during a slow-mo sneezing fit was tragically hilarious.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong, Grandfather. But yeah, so I sat there and I'm like, Grandpa, it's Friday, and he's like, oh hell, I don't know what the hell's the problem with that? It's Friday, and I'm like,
All day, all
Grandpa,
across the Commonwealth.
it's a Friday during Lent.
We should be eating.
We should be eating fish. And he sits there and he stops. He looks at me and he says, oh hell, don't tell your mother.
That's good. Grandpa was awesome.
Because Grandpa was amazing. Grandpa showed me the way.
Didn't he put his foot in the door?
Oh, you really want me to talk about that?
Sure.
Okay, fine.
We brought it up.
Oh, so Grandpa got come up. He came up, right? Yeah. Sitting here and going a little country on y'all. Anyway, so my grandfather, when he got up there, to him the epitome. He was a farmer his whole life, and the epitome. And forgive me if I've told this story before. I don't recall. I'm 2.5 drinks in, third of a drink in. Anyway.
Abraham.
And so I don't always remember, so forgive me. But Grandpa, he wanted when he there's one thing that my grandfather wanted his entire life. Well, two things.
I'm with the
One
Minutemen.
was
How can I
he
help?
would have loved to die riding on a tractor.
It's only a matter of time.
Fair enough.
You know,
Real trouble.
to him,
It's really
you
too
know,
bad.
dying,
It's a nice
doing
spot
what
for
he
a new
loved
settlement.
was the
In fact,
epitome of
I
what
know
he
some folks
wanted to
that'd love
do.
to set up
That's
there.
how he wanted to go
If you
out.
can
You
make
snuff
sure
out his
the
candle
old
while he's riding the
workshop
tractor,
is
and he
still
just
in
sits there and he
one
just plows into
Anyone
another
who
man's
decides
field.
to move in later
He
will
didn't
have
even
to
care. He
help.
wouldn't have even cared. He was like, that's how
No
he
problem.
wanted to go. He wanted
I'll
to
take
go
care of
doing
it
what he
I
loved.
hope so.
And I
didn't know what to
and
do.
I respect that, but sadly we had to put Grandpa in the nursing home because we
Oh
couldn't.
my.
You know this, yes?
You're pretty
Flirt.
distracting yourself.
I had a point, a reason. Oh, yes. My control of feelings is worse than before. And you are Noel. With your teasing of poor little Curie. But it is not just you. Sometimes a simple compliment, nice hair, and I am flustered, confused. Other times, people suggest the strangest and most lurid things, and I am even more confused. Why do people do this?
Because you're so cute when you're confused.
You are not making any of this easier, you. Oh, I must get a handle on this if I am ever to advance my experiments.
Okay, that was cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Grandpa, you know, he got to the point where we could no longer take care of him, and nobody in our family could physically give him the level of care he required to have a meaningful life in any capacity. And so we put him in the nursing home. And there's actually 2 stories with this, and I don't know if I've ever told either of them, but I'll sit there and I'll tell them now, just in case. I need to sit there and start making a tally of stories I've told and stories I haven't. But so when I was if anybody who's if I'm assuming most people have seen the South Park episode where Stan's grandfather is being chased by death. Okay. That was kind of like my real life, because my grandfather actually asked me one day to take him out into the nearby woods and shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
And when I said, "No, Grandpa, I can't do that," he sat there and looked at me point blank and said, "I'd have done that for my grandpa if he had asked me to." Awkward.
It is.
Very awkward. But going down to it, my grandfather's second best
11 a.m.
desire, if you will,
of the Minutemen.
is that he would have died on Easter.
Stay safe out there, people.
We have detected unusual behavior.
But yeah, so to him, the epitome of appropriateness for him would be dying on Easter. So it got to he had been in the nursing home multiple years, and you know, he'd slowly been deteriorating, and it was okay. Well, Grandpa always wanted to die on Easter, so we got the phone call that they thought that it was the end. You know, they're like, "Oh, we think it's the end," and so, you know, we think you should be here, and so we all came. Okay, most of us came. Some of us couldn't come. We were otherwise engaged. And they came to visit Grandpa, and his foot had died on Easter. Just like he had always wanted. So there was like, so his foot had gone, had died. It was black and was no longer really getting any kind of oxygen or whatever. Grandfather actually brings it in. She's like, I'm no Catholic scholar, but shouldn't you want to die on Good Friday? Okay, Grandfather, I got an answer to that question. And it's, okay. No, actually, because theologically, as a Catholic, you believe that the minute that
Hey there.
the big JC was
That's right. What's the trouble
assumed
Some raiders
or
have been
was,
threatening us if we didn't
you know,
give
brought
them
forth
supplies.
from the
We
earth,
told them to take a flying leap. Now that we have the
he
Minutemen down.
that was
They
your
didn't seem too
salvation.
impressed.
Okay,
They'd be back
and
with
that
their
beyond
friends
that,
making
you only
examples
have
of
to
us.
wait about
We're
40
not
days
soldiers. We're
for
hoping you can help us set up some defenses before it's too late.
crap. I don't remember. Yeah, we're gonna call it Taco Tuesday. I don't remember what the hell they call it because I'm not a practicing Catholic, but 40 days, I think it's called Pentecost. Okay, so essentially, once the big JC comes out of the tomb, everybody is saved, right? And that essentially, so you sit there and after that, they sit there and they have this whole Pentecost thing. And that whole Pentecost thing leads to the proliferation of the religion. And so that's kind of how that works. But once Easter Sunday hits, everybody is saved. Everybody who's a practicing real Catholic and all that, you're saved. You know, you're gonna be taken up into heaven and everything like that. And that essentially when the second coming occurs, your body and soul are all going to be brought up there. You know, and that's essentially what you're waiting on. But there's this weird fascination with holy days like that, and I don't get it. it's not my thing, but it's a thing. Yeah, it's essentially there's about 40 days of Lent, and then there's Easter, which is essentially from Ash Wednesday to Easter Sunday, and then after that there's 40 days to Pentecost, which is at the point when essentially God put down fire upon apostles so that they sat there and could do shit. Beyond that, don't trust everything I'm saying, because I'm a very non-practicing religious person or non-religious person, and so I'm only going by what I recall. So drink.
Yes.
But yeah, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt, because I'm not speaking for Catholics. I'm not a Catholic anymore, so leave it at that. But yeah, so essentially the epitome of good times. Hey, sit up.
I'm with you.
No, you're not.
The epitome of good times.
You are not.
We got trouble. Engaging evasive
That's not good.
Yeah. But yeah, so essentially, the long and short of it is that my grandfather wanted to die on Easter Sunday. I think he died like 2 or 3 days after, and I don't remember the exact day because I was still in high school. So I don't remember it, because I just remember coming home one day. You need to take care of the guy with the fucking,
Got him.
Was that him? Because
Yep.
it seemed like it was off to the right.
Oh, there might be more than one.
Sniper, honey.
Yeah.
You're too far gone, honey.
You might be right.
I'll be honest, Grunt Fodder.
It's the classical music, I think.
Yeah, sit up. Fallout and religious observance. I don't think that there's ever a Fallout and religious observance that should go together. I'll be right back.
That's fair.
I mean, that's honestly.
I'm turning off this radio. It's killing me.
Yeah, turn it off.
Hi. We did it. I was afraid we were making a mistake, trying to stand up to those bastards. But the Minutemen came through for us.
That's us. So then we got Croup Manor here. Grandfather points out that homology and Children of the Atom are probably not the best religions to join. Not if you want to survive for any lengthy period of time.
Anyway, so long and short of it was on Easter Sunday, my grandfather's foot died.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think it was about 2 days later, so it was like Tuesday. Yeah, it must have been Tuesday. The rest of him followed it out, so my family always sat there and said that he got his foot in the door on Easter Sunday, the way that he always wanted to, only not quite what he wanted.
Okay.
And so, yeah, that's my whole story with the whole foot in the door that Dave made me tell. Blame it on him.
Because we mentioned it some time ago.
We did, and I don't remember. Here's the thing. Never trust drunk Nancy, because she doesn't remember what she says from one time to another, and she doesn't rewatch any of this because she hates hearing herself. Okay? Yes, his soul went to heaven. That's a fair statement. And I'm pretty sure somebody made a joke to that extent. But yeah, so I didn't. Give some lead. In Hawk to Heaven. Oh, way to bring it full circle.
In Hawk to the Patris?
Patris the Haktu. But yeah, so I mean, the thing is that, and I apologize to anybody who gets, you know, annoyed with me because of the fact that I tell a story multiple times. I don't mean it to be, you know, boring or redundant or anything like that. It's just a case of drunk Nancy doesn't remember shit the next day, and so if you ask drunk Nancy. And drunk Nancy is drunk by the time she's 2.5 drinks in, which is where I am right now. She doesn't remember what in the hell was said, done, promised. You know, I think that's part of the problem. She also is not always the most clear in what she's meaning. Which is why the whole thing with the rule of nature has not been done yet. It's because I never told you that I need an idea of what you're wanting to hear so that I can give the correct performance, because if you're throwing out a song that I have no idea of, I need a baseline. So anybody who wants me to sing, I will do so. You just have to give me a lyricked YouTube video that I can sit there and follow along with and figure out what the hell's going on. And if I'm telling a story multiple times, I apologize to that, because you don't trust drunk Nancy. You never trust drunk Nancy. Yeah,
That's true.
You don't trust drunk Nancy to drive me home. Why would you trust drunk Nancy to remember what the hell I said? Especially when I don't go back and reread or listen, because I don't like. I hate hearing my own voice talk. Ooh. You aim for a 61% and got it.
I burned a crit.
Yeah. Little lower.
Alright, got this one.
I would prefer if there was a...
There we go. But yeah. So, it's never my intention to sit there and inundate you with pre-told stories, but
occasionally mistakes happen.
Mistakes happen. You're also talking to somebody who is still psychologically used to telling stories multiple times to Alzheimer's patients, where I could tell the same story 1,000,000 times and they wouldn't even fucking care. They would sit there and be like, they would still be entertained by it. So, you know, to me, that's still kind of my baseline of dealing with people who have Alzheimer's and dementia, and I'm like, okay. And I recognize the fact that that's not the demographic I'm dealing with now, but I also realize the fact that I'm also not paying attention as much as I could be or potentially should be when I tell stories. That's... sorry.
That's fair.
But it's almost 11 o'clock, and you know it's been a long day for us. So, particularly by this time of night, sometimes I'm just cobbling together a fucking road.
That's true.
And
I'm with you too. I have got the morning comes way too early.
Mornings come way too early. We're just cobbling together a road that we can walk on, and we gotta do our thing. And if we're repetitive or redundant, we apologize. It's just a case of Quite literally, we're tired and we don't always fucking remember.
Okay. That's fair.
Damn it, brain! You're lazy. And then I sit there and I think about all the other taxing that I've done on my brain, or you've done on your brain.
Brains.
And you know what it makes me want?
What's that?
Ham!
You do love your ham.
It brings us full circle.
That's a fair statement, so we're going to save it here and we'll figure out this whole thing later. Sound
That is
good?
fair enough, especially since... When did you put on my robe?
It's been a bit.